great.
That's great. You got it going. You got it going. You do a few marathon tours.
Can you tell me where you're from?
Yeah.
I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah, I know Tom.
And where were you on the race course when this happened yesterday?
I was on Hereford, just past Newbury, just before the left onto Boylston, which is the final stretch down 3 blocks down to the finish line. So I was maybe 700 meters back, give or take. I guess.
And what did you think?
Well, I looked up. What struck me was that in that final stretch after Newbury, there's a bit of a grade going up to Boylston, and I noticed that it seemed that the runners were suddenly congregating up there instead of running. They were standing still, and I'm seeing things, and then all of a sudden they started running back down towards me, and that was it.
Did you hear anything?
I had heard the explosions by the Massachusetts, I think it's the overpass. You go under this little overpass before you curve up around, and right around there, the first one went off, and another runner said, "What was that?" And then when the second one went off, I said, "What was that?" Because it was so loud. And it sounded like cannons. And I thought, there's no way they'd be detonating cannons downtown with all these glass buildings. It made no sense. So I was kind of already looking up towards where the noise came from, leerily in my mind. And then, of course, you keep moving. And I guess in the background, I could start to hear the sirens, but didn't really clue in. And, of course, the closer I came, the more, you're just focused on you want to pick up some speed. You want to get to that final stretch. And just past Newbury, the very last street before Boylston, before that left on Boylston, and it was obvious that...
You were saying you were so impressed with the attention to detail.
Oh my goodness, I really feel for the Boston Athletic Association. They have, they went all out to make this a fabulous marathon, a fabulous experience. After 2011 with all the issues of people not being able to register, and then 2012 with the heat wave, they had it together for this one, and you had that sense, and then for this to happen, I just feel totally for them, because the volunteers, what ended up happening, of course, the police came along very quickly not long after that, after we were no longer able to run, and they were coming up Hereford, and we ended up being moved back away from Boylston, and so consequently we were trying to make our way towards the finish area, but on the side, like on a parallel street, right? And because we knew that past that, the buses are parked there without bags. So the whole idea is, because you're cold, like you suddenly stop running, you're freezing, you want to basically get some clothing. So in moving back and then having to find our way to the buses, the volunteers were fantastic. These ladies were standing there, they had tears in their eyes. They knew more than we did about what had happened. And yet they stood their ground and they helped us. It was just really impressive. To the point where I was like, if they want to send medals in the mail, then I'd say let them have them. I was saying this to the lady here, you guys are the ones that should have the medals, not us. At the end of the day, they went beyond the call. And so for that reason as well, I really feel for the BAA. I think I was saying as well, they had vases of floral arrangements over at the post-race party location, which is very close to where I was staying. I was going by, and they were making them available to people coming by who were obviously from the race, because nobody was going to be able to enjoy them. The party had been canceled, and they're beautiful arrangements. They went that extra mile just for us to make it really superb, and it was a glorious day. And then I don't understand. No one does, So
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. And that'll be on Wednesday.